Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Embroidery Insider Podcast. This is part 2 of a 2-part series where we cover one of the most commonly asked questions, which is, how do I get clients? Because there are so many ways to acquire new clients in this business, we decided to split up this topic into 2 episodes. So comment if you want us to bring this segment back and explore this topic further. Now, before we get started, I wanted to quickly remind you to like, subscribe, and rate this podcast if you haven't done so already. And if you haven't checked out part 1 of this 2-part series, the link is in the description below, and I highly encourage you to check that out first. Alright, so one of the first ways to get new orders for your business is to list your services online via a platform. One of the platforms that's very helpful for the embroidery business is Etsy, where people list their handmade goods on there. While you might think that it's only for handmade goods, embroidery is considered a handmade good, and also many people have the demand for customized goods on Etsy. So what I've seen is some embroiderers do list their pre-embroidered goods with very cute designs, or even give people the option to put in the notes on what they want to customize, maybe their name or a monogram of their name onto a piece of garment that they offer. So whether that's a bandana or a towel or baby bibs even, there are a lot of variety of customized embroidered goods on Etsy that people do offer. So check that out. It's a very affordable listing fee and a simple transaction fee for every transaction that's being sold on there, but it gets you the widespread exposure because Etsy has so many users on this platform, and if you do the listings correctly, you will show up in the search results for the right keywords for your embroidered goods and end up getting exposure that way. So that's what I would call a do-it-yourself approach, right? Because you do have to take the time to learn the platform, learn Etsy, and go on there and put your listings, take good and nice photos of your products and put them on the store, have the right keywords, etc., etc. So it does take time to manage and maintain a storefront such as one on Etsy. The second type of approach that I would say is the done-for-you approach, right? And there are platforms out there that do it for you without you having to manage all of the storefront and the product and the inventory. One of those platforms is called Garmio, where it's a Uber-like sort of a platform where you sign up as a vendor, you get vetted as a vendor on the platform providing embroidery services, and once qualified, you start to receive orders of people looking for customized embroidery. And you can choose to accept or decline those orders depending on your time, your schedule, or just whether you want to take on that order or not. And so it gives you that flexibility. But what's great about it is you don't really have to manage a storefront. The business is, or the orders are routed to you, and you just focus on fulfilling the actual order. You can see the order's specifications and fulfill the order based on those specifications and on time, so that you can maintain a high rating on the platform and ensure that you get future orders routed your way. That's the benefit of a done-for-you platform, where you kind of focus on the fulfillment aspect without having to go through the nuances or the learning curve of having to maintain a storefront and having the right products on there. So if you're interested in that done-for-you approach, there is a link in the description below where you can sign up to be an approved vendor on Garmio and go through a vetting process. It's also absolutely free to join, so why not? Why not join and get business routed your way? I think it would be a no-brainer. So if you guys like this type of content about how to market your business or acquire new customers, we do have a free webinar called 3 Proven Techniques to Make Over $2,000 per week in the embroidery business. That link is somewhere in the description below. Make sure to check that out as we dive into this topic more in depth on that webinar. So the second way to get new clients is to attend different craft shows or trade shows. Now, craft shows are where artists or makers display their handmade goods. Whether it's at county fairs, different food and art festivals, or even farmers markets, there's always a place for embroidered goods. So if you don't have a storefront, attending these craft shows might be an affordable and easy way to get exposure in your local community or in a local area and get some prospects heading your way. Now, I would give you several tips to maximize the potential and the success of attending a craft show. First and foremost, make sure you have your best embroidered products on display so people can see the type of work that you do and the quality of the service that you can provide. Secondly, make sure to offer some kind of discount or incentive for people to buy right at the show or place an order right at the show. Most people go to craft shows or trade shows looking for a good deal. So if you're able to package together a trade show or craft show only special, that will incentivize people and give a sense of urgency and a deadline for them to act before the craft show is over. Lastly, you can also have some freebies or free samples to give out so it drives more traffic to your booth, and also give out freebies that are related to your work, so preferably embroidered goods so people can see and get an idea of the work that you do. Now, we do have a lengthy blog on some of the tips on how to be successful at these craft shows, including what types of items to bring to showcase. So that link to the blog is somewhere in the description below. Make sure to check that out if you want more in-depth knowledge on this topic. Now, as for trade shows, the cost to attend as a vendor is going to be slightly higher. And so if that is out of the range for you at the moment, consider attending as an attendee, because usually as an attendee, you can get free passes from different vendors or even sign up for a very, very low ticket price. The benefit of going to these trade shows is that you can build the network and network with other custom apparel decorators. For example, you can interact and build a relationship with other screen printers who might not yet offer embroidery as part of their services, and introduce your service for embroidery to them, where you can drive screen printing orders to them, and in turn, they can drive embroidery orders to you. That's an easy way to build that relationship in the industry, where you can create these partnerships and create a win-win situation for both parties. You can also meet other embroiderers who might not focus on a specific niche or a specific type of embroidery. For example, if you do caps really, really well and you are just a wizard at embroidering caps, find embroiderers who are not doing caps currently but might want to offer that additional revenue stream for their business, or offer that additional service to their clients and offer to do the cap orders for them as a way of adding value to their client base. That's an easy way, because those businesses are already established and have a recurring client base, but they're just missing out on a sliver of opportunity or a specific vertical or niche of embroidery where you can come in and add that value to them. The third way to acquire new business is simply take advantage of social media. For example, on Facebook, there are several highly engaged groups focused around embroidery, such as the free Facebook group that we have, Embroidery and Custom Apparel Mastery. All kinds of apparel decorators are in there asking questions, sharing knowledge. So it's not only a good way to learn new things, but also there are requests that people often post about farming out a particular order, or asking whether someone can do a particular order for them because they are overwhelmed. And that's an easy way to take advantage of that opportunity and in turn build that relationship for potentially long-term orders with that embroiderer. On your own social media accounts, make sure to consistently post your own embroidered work to demonstrate the services that you can provide. We actually have a client that started out this way simply by posting their embroidered goods on social media, on Instagram. And people saw that and started inquiring, hey, can you do this type of hat for my business? Or I just want a dozen hat for me and my friends. Now, bear in mind, if your photos are really high quality and they look really good, that will give you a bigger chance of converting those viewers into customers. For example, take the time and invest time and energy into actually taking good photos, maybe in different locations, or if possible, getting friends or family to wear the custom apparel that you have done and showcase it that way. Social media is all about consistency, so make sure you do this on a regular basis and invest the time to build that following so that your followers can expect new content from you and therefore drive the new business that way. A second way to leverage social media is to do a giveaway, discount, or giveaway freebies for following your account and engaging with your account. The reason why it's so effective is because it only takes a second of someone's time to look at the contest and share your work. That gets the word out there to more people, and in turn, it's a small offering or small freebie to give up in return for that person's time. So this way, you are actually ensuring that the audience that are engaging with your account and sharing your work actually want the free thing that they're getting. One pro tip that I will give you is to make your contest or giveaway related to the product that you're offering. For example, make a giveaway of a free embroidered shirt or a free embroidered cap. This way, the giveaway is related to the embroidery service that you're offering, and you can make sure that the people engaging with your account or sharing your work or following your account are more qualified buyers in the future. So to quickly recap the 3 techniques that we covered today, number 1, join platforms such as Etsy or Garmio, where you can get exposure to a large group of users looking at embroidered goods. Number 2, make sure to attend craft shows or trade shows and network and build that relationship with other apparel decorators in the industry and get business that way. And last but not least, leverage free social media and get the word out there via contests or giveaways to spread the word about your work. So I hope you guys found this episode helpful. If you haven't done so already, check out the Embroidery Hub series that we have on YouTube, where we literally teach you different embroidery techniques and how to do certain embroidery projects from start to finish. I also want to invite you to join our free Facebook group centered around embroidery called Embroidery and Custom Apparel Mastery that I mentioned before, where you can join tens of thousands of embroiderers and custom apparel decorators and share tips and tricks and techniques on how to grow your business. I also encourage you to make a post once you join that group and let us know what techniques in terms of marketing or getting new business has worked for you in your embroidery business. As always, if you have questions or comments, let me know, and make sure to implement and execute these strategies to find success in your embroidery business. And we'll talk real soon.